Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. Thank y'all for tapping in. I was late today. Beautiful.
Yeah, you can't
I
say
was
you were late. Like late is. Do I have? Oh fuck, that's what I did. I need to mute my side. There we go. Yeah, late is like no heads up, right? Like just I'm here 40 minutes late. Like no.
man.
This is a unscheduled delayed broadcast. That's what's up. That's what we're gonna call it. You lost your glasses.
No, I did my glasses right here.
Okay, I was like, I'm not used to seeing Mickey without his
No,
glasses.
because I was, I was running. I had to do some little running
I
today.
get you, bro.
Hey, Spragg in the building. Deborah O'Neill, thank you for tapping in. The lovely Terry Nixon in here. Concrete Jungle, what it do, fam? Salty Chef, that's the cousin from the next door. And I'm calling Saskatchewan, Canada.
I was up all night talking with the dude from Ontario last night.
For real. Carolyn Hendricks, thank you for tapping in. Deborah Luna, thank you for tapping in. I ain't going. We wouldn't let you go nowhere anyway, you heard? Asaya Quill, aka Mama Quill. What's up? The good brother Buddha Nick is in the building. And we got one half of the Wonder Twin, one half of the Wonder Twins, the lovely Debbie Clark. Tasha Lynn, how you doing? We got Meat Freak in the building. Good morning from the 386 Palaca, Florida in the house. The lovely Linda Children. Cicero, what it do in Grand Rising? Georgia Boy, top of the morning. Hey, Buddha Nick said Trevor showing Winters how to show up on time. Let me share this thing out. We don't need them problems this morning, Buddha. And shit been and came on here. What?
What? No. Look. We're not starting this. No, Trevor was late as shit yesterday because I was asleep. Okay. Last night I didn't sleep at all. I was up because a friend of mine is hosting a subathon on Twitch, and I'm a mod over there, so I was getting shit ready. Like, no, Trevor's not on time. Trevor's sleep deprived. Yesterday he was hungover. Today I'm fucking caffeine hyped. Let's not even start that. I have missed so many shows because I just didn't get my ass out of bed, and Mickey had to fucking solo helm the ship.
The lovely Bonnie Vanner in the building. Felicia Martinez, this the East Los Cub coming by way of New Jersey. Good morning. Deborah O'Neill has tapped in. Hope Beasley is in the building. Good morning, every beloved person. I put you on the screen. I'm trying to share over here. Good morning. As I'm putting you on, good morning. I'm trying to share in. Good morning. I'm trying to share. Because I'm running late. Like I said, I didn't get to share nothing. I'm just coming from had to drop my daughter car off, and I'm just coming through the door. That's why I'm at home and not at the studio. Good morning, family. Good morning. We good. And, hey, we love you back. I'm telling y'all. Let me just bear with me, family. I'm trying to get this out here. I got to give it to all the people that love us. You heard? Okay. Doing something a little different. I'm right here. Okay. There we go. Hot dang it. I was trying to get it to all the places I could get it to. There we go. Let me see. Who did I miss? Good morning. Thank everybody for tapping in. Now, come on. Let's get them likes up. And today is the first of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to give a shout out. Today is my sister's birthday. Today is her birthday. I'm not going to tell you which one, but just I give you a little hint. We grew up in a house together. That's all I can go. Good morning. Well,
All right.
y'all know what time it is. You know what? because she don't really watch this. So give a shout out to my sister Denise. Today is her birthday. She done turned 34 years old. She's a young 34. She got
I'm
the
older
more,
than your sister?
huh?
I'm older than your sister?
We're gonna say you older than her. We're gonna say you older than her. She the one got the Morgan trolley. So if y'all want to do really give a shout out to her, she the one to own the Morgan trolleys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, at least go rent a trolley or something. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. That's my sister Denise. She don't tap in because I don't want to mess up what she got going on. I don't want to. But if she is watching, happy, beautiful birthday. You heard? And I'm going to probably try to get at you or something. Happy birthday. No games, just tapped in. Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, I got 3 sisters. Their birthdays coming up, but she the first one on deck. She going to set the tone of the end of the year. And I heard she throw a nice shindig. I ain't been in none, but I'm just telling y'all. And I'm going to use this word from the trash can. She can throw a hell of a shindig. That's all I can say. That's all I'm saying, and I'm leaving it there.
I tell you, I really wanted to rent the trolley when I was up there. Like, that shit looked fun as hell.
Good. Hey, listen, everybody I done seen and been on there through a hell of a. Hey, listen, they have fun on there. You see, no games going to her party. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She throw a hell of a shindig. So we're going to give a shout out to Denise on her birthday today. She ain't turned number 34 years old. Happy birthday, Denise. Happy birthday to you. Like I say, she first one on deck. And I got, she the first one on deck. And I'm telling you, from what I'm hearing, she can throw a hell of a shindig.
All right.
That's all I can tell you. She can throw a hell of a shindig. And that Denise is from Flint. My other Denise finna tap in, sister from Georgia.
Man, we got family from all over the place. Like, every time we come on live, dude, I'm blown away that we're like, not transcontinental, fucking coast to coast, north to south, border to border. It is really beautiful how much love we get.
For sure. Good morning.
Hey, there's our DC family right there.
Facts.
Make sure you guys catch Just a Thought.
Yeah, and you know what, Trevor? I'm thinking if I'm not mistaken, they coming on Friday morning. Yogi G, they're gonna come in and do some co-hosting, but they will be on Sunday still at 7:00.
I don't know, bro. I can't math.
Yeah, I'm just. Hey, but Trevor, Crystal Monique, go pull up Crystal Monique page, fires in YouTube, because she's saying they still can't comment. I'm gonna try to send it. I'm gonna try to send her this show through Messenger. Hold on, let me do it this way. See what this works. Oh, you might have to come.
Said something that got a YouTube slappy wappy. Got a shadow ban.
Because she said she can see it, but she can't comment.
Yeah, shadow ban. Let me go through our community and
good morning.
Settings, community moderation. Let me see if she's in the pile.
Facts, Deborah Luna. Yeah, we working on it, Crystal Monique. Well, I'm working on it with you. My brothers is tapping in. How you doing? Y'all know that Miami-Dade County in the building. Let me see what this roll call is sponsored by today. This East Coast family, from New Jersey, you heard. Mickey's roll call today is sponsored by the resident protesters in Chicago who are being shot at with rubber bullets by ICE agents. Freedom of speech and right to assemble is no more. Diabolical shit.
Hey, we're gonna have to talk to someone. I'm gonna undo it. But Crystal was blocked.
How'd she get blocked?
Fuck if I know. I haven't clicked shit, brother. But you are unblocked now, Crystal.
Crystal, you back popping.
You're probably gonna have to refresh your browser or your tab, whatever you're watching us on. Refresh it, and you should be able to comment again.
Let me get this together.
All right.
I already know who just was pushing buttons over there. I already know who it was. I be telling her she talk about, I don't know how to work a computer. Let me get this. She got it. Okay, she back on. We got you back popping. I'm gonna just say we ran into some technical difficulties, Crystal Monique.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see. Yeah, believe
yeah,
me,
we see
beloved.
you. I mean, look, we
Yeah,
see you. You are seen. Oh
yeah.
wait, that's why you got blocked. You were wearing a Green Bay Packer jersey.
Nah, it wasn't us. It wasn't me. I
I'm
ain't gonna put that.
bullshitting, bro.
Yeah, no, wasn't me. I don't know. Maybe the David Ruffin be pushing buttons and shit. And excuse my French. And maybe she hit the wrong, but I'm glad we friend on Facebook for you can hit me. And we can get that fixed up because I it's my goal to make sure we get everything right. You heard?
All right, cool. Day one of my friend's subathon, and we already got her up to a level 8 hype train and over 100 subs. So, all right, we're good there. I can get my full attention back over here. Sorry,
Nah.
I'm doing a moderation gig over on
Hey,
Twitch.
handle your business.
No, this
And
is my business. It's just that started up first.
For sure. Miss D. And like Miss D said, them views ain't matching the likes right now, family. I know all y'all ain't. This ain't the 5 council people that just despise us like that.
Let me unfuck myself. Let me go ahead and give my like. Every like is necessary.
Yeah, them views ain't matching that likes. Crystal Monique says she bleed green. She says she's 0 positive. Oh, positive. You heard? That's universal. You heard? Queen Anifa, grand rising to you, beloved. And Wanda Smith and tapped in. Now let's get this thing off the road. The government then shut down.
Did it hit the shutdown? All right, let me look through my phone real quick. Let me get my phone on charger real quick. It's not dead.
The oldest woman in the city of Flint, 973 years old, but don't look over day 32. Nelly Nail. Good evening, famo. Good morning. I'm sorry.
Break your fucking kneecaps, brother.
Yeah. I'm
all right. Let me see.
Crystal Monique, you said the Buckeyes. Now you know you done created a problem there. Go blue. Go blue is all I can say.
Pushing to get that timeout right now.
Go blue. Go blue. Go blue.
All right, so
hey, tell them again, Deb. You know what? I will be doing some more of my Mickey's live rants. Get it off your chest.
Mickey's chest is definitely one of the big hits.
I gotta get back to.
Okay.
I got a goal of 5K, family.
So, well, let's go off of what I got from Ground News just for my notifications. I'm not diving into these quite yet. Democrats vote down GOP funding bill, putting government on path to shutdown. Okay.
So we didn't get there yet.
Right after that.
Oh, come on, talk to me.
White House withdraws Antony's nomination as next Bureau of Labor Statistics. It sounds like Trump's playing political games like, okay, you don't want this guy? Let me get rid of this guy. We'll get someone else. Let's see how many votes I can swing with that. And then right before that, looks like it was also in a bid to get some votes for the funding, was Trump to announce Trump RX drug buying website and deal with Pfizer to lower drug prices. So, other than that, I've got Ukrainians in Poland. No one cares. Poland inciting Article 5 again. No one cares. All right, let's go into...
Hold up before you go any further. Now, that I know for the Democrats, it was the Medicaid, right?
That's what I've seen in chat.
Okay,
right?
That's what I've been seeing in the chat, too. And my thing, and Debbie Clark, thank you for becoming a member. Debbie Dead, one half of the Wonder Twin. Reason I want to go to that because I understand what is the big problem about the Medicaid. Oh, Deborah Luna, she just gave somebody with a membership. Talk to me, Trevor. What's the big problem?
Oh, Debbie Clark caught that membership. Couldn't have gone to a better, support. Thank you, Deborah Luna, for your
lovely
support, and welcome to the blue side, Debbie.
For sure.
All right. So one of the things with Medicare, while illegal immigrants are ineligible, right? Federal law says you are not here legally, you cannot receive Medicare. There are 2 ways around that. Number one, you can just cut the process of oh, hey, you're walking into the country. You must be refugee status, asylum status. Here's a social security number. Didn't go through any of the other paperwork. They just get slapped with a social security number. Guess what? You got Medicaid now. Medicaid, Medicare. The other way is what shut down the hospital in my hometown. Go ahead and look up, SEAMAC, or no, SEAMC Medical Center. So Southeastern Arizona Medical Center, Douglas, Arizona. It shut down in 2004. The problem was so many illegals were coming across the border and were needing help, right? I don't fault them. Well, needing help, I do fault, like, hey, if you're not supposed to be here, don't be here, yeah? Come the right way, please. But, okay, you're out in the desert, you are dehydrating, you've been bit by a rattlesnake, a Gila monster, a swarm of fire ants caught you, you need to get to an emergency center. Get them to an emergency center, right? I don't want no one dying, especially if something that can be prevented. Hey, we have rattlesnake antivenom, we have black widow antivenom, we got enough, what's the stuff that, Benadryl, antihistamine for fire ant bites, stuff like that. We got water and IV solution for people. Okay. What happens when someone who's illegal comes into an emergency room? The hospital doesn't necessarily take a loss on it. Not a full loss. There is still a loss. The federal government has to cover down and pay. Okay. That now federal government also doesn't pay the full price. They pay the Medicaid, Medicare price.
Okay.
So hospitals and medical centers hate taking Medicaid, Medicare because the government is capped on what you are allowed to charge them.
Right.
That's what drove CMAQ out of business. For 10 years, the closest emergency center was 30 minutes away in Bisbee at Copper Queen. That's happening to hospitals all over the country now. Because during the last administration, Republican states, southern states started saying, whoa, if all you northerners keep on voting to, lessen, immigration restrictions, if all you northerners keep on saying, hey, come on in, it's okay, but you're leaving them in our states, that ain't right. We're going to spread you to the sorry, illegal immigrants, you came here and you don't deserve to be bussed around, but at the same time, we can't take care of you. We've got tons here that have been here for a while. We're going to have to ship you to the places that said they want you.
Right.
If they say they want you, they should take care of you. That's how you end up with illegals going to Martha's Vineyard and then 30 minutes later getting back on the bus and moving somewhere else. Now that same burden is spread across the country now. And it still hits the Medicaid, Medicare budget. It's still medical aid. So that's a large contention point on our side. Like, look, Medicare, Medicaid for Americans, and granted, some are getting cut off before we jump into that, but it's for Americans, folks that need the help. Sometimes it's the elderly, sometimes it's disabled, sometimes it's folks that are just down on their fucking luck, right? But a lot of that resource is going to people who didn't put into the system, who haven't helped build it up yet. The same thing with our Social Security. Hey, some folks over the past, 30 years were able to come in at retirement age, get their Social Security number, and get, granted, they don't have as big a stipend as, say, someone who's actually been here their entire lives and worked their asses off. The folks that just came in, they're getting a much smaller stipend, but it's still money going out. Right? Like, look at I still don't even know what to call your girl, your partner.
Hey, but we ain't got to worry about it. Keep going.
Anyway, look at her. Look at Wentis. Hell, look at Chat. These folks have been here and busted their ass their entire lives. Many of them are still busting their asses. Some of them are busting their ass past retirement age just to make ends meet because Social Security ain't going to cover it. Why should someone else get a chunk of the money that they paid into? You know what I mean? And it's the same, like, your taxes cover Medicare, Medicaid. That's why so many Republicans are like, hey, This is going to people who are not putting into it.
Okay, I'm gonna get right to you shooting the shit, T, but let me get with this right here. I'm looking at what T said on the first one. She said them Dems want to reverse the the cuts to Medicaid and extend the Affordable Care Act. And then on this one, and this her other comment, she said, you are hurting people because a few work their way through the system. There will always be people that find a loophole.
A few? I mean, so I don't want to go back to the ABC gaffe because one, I think it was Bush's dumbass said, you know, in 30-minute space, 10 million people came across the border. I hope he was using hyperbole. He was probably just fucking stupid. But let's see. Estimated number.
But this the thing I wanted to say right here. I see some of the point you was trying to make. You saying, as far as immigrants coming in, getting, because you know you had that problem, as far as in New York and in Chicago. Because I seen but this the thing. If you saying there's immigrants, why are you cutting the citizens off then?
Give me a second. So to go back to a few finding a way through the loophole, every illegal immigrant, though, of course, Google has to be politically correct and call them undocumented immigrants.
Yeah, undocumented.
No, illegal. It's against the law for them to be here, whether it's civil, criminal, or what. There's a law saying you have to come in the right way. If you don't come in the right way, then guess what? It's illegal. Anyway, 14 million illegal immigrants coming from south of the border, coming from Asia, coming from Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, coming from, name a place in the world, people coming from there illegally. 14 million. All of them, if they go to the ER without some sort of insurance or money in the bank account, which if they're here illegally, they usually don't have millions of dollars in the bank account or even thousands of dollars to cover a medical bill. Who gets stuck with that? The government subsidizes a portion of it. So even if the government's only paying like what a quarter of it, that's still a substantial amount. Take a look at how fucking crazy medical bills are right now. A quarter of a crazy medical bill is still a crazy medical bill.
Yeah, but
14 million, and they all qualify. They all get that subsidy.
This for you right here, Trevor. This from Bonnie Vanna. Is it true the Dems want to give the illegals free health care?
If I say yes on this, it's like I have to go find proof. So I can't say yes, right?
Right.
I also can't say no. It's one of those, the nebulous playing with words, the word salad. And you just really have to take a look at the bills. Honestly, I haven't. So I can't give you a straight and honest answer here. I'm going to tell you I don't know. I can say that it has been expanded under previous, Democratic Congresses, Democratic controlled Congresses. I can say that. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just looking, like I said, because I'm reading the comments too. I'm looking at different.
No, I see your eyes flicking around.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at Kenneth saying crops going. Let me put this up. Kenneth saying crops going bad in the fields, and the cost of food has almost doubled. How is that immigration program working out?
You know what? Let me point something out here for you guys, and go ahead and send all the fucking hate you want to after, because I get enough. I just won't come on anymore. Okay, let's import people into a country, give them bare minimum, if not less than bare minimum compensation for working their ass off in the field. It seems like we've done this once before. It seems like there's a whole huge thing about it. Maybe we need to be able to take care of ourselves. Just saying.
I'm looking at what Tony Terry said. He said, yes, I work in the hospital. He said, I'm not going to lie. It's sad people come over here from different countries and get health care and food and stamps. No disrespect, but it's not fair.
Oh, there's this TikToker from Southern California. The dude was actually from Ecuador, but he started his TikTok account in Southern California, right? Of how to get about $3,000 a month from state and federal government for subsidies for people living here illegally. In terms of food stamps, in terms of giveaways, like, hey, you're Here's free food, like food banks. Here's tons of stuff. Equal cash value of $3,000 a month for every single person that living in that area, from federal and state. Where's the shit coming from y'all? Or not from y'all? Where's the shit coming to y'all? Where's the shit coming to us? Why should someone be able to literally jump the line and pick up a flat $3,000 a month on our backs? And if you give an inch on this, it's going to continue going down the line. It has for years. It has since fucking Reagan. And Reagan wasn't even that huge against immigration. I think he was like, let's loosen it up. We need to bring people in. Take a look where we're at now. 14 million people. And that is estimated as of July 2023. It's only gone up since then.
Well, I'm looking at this because Nellie Nell is a social worker. She says immigrants only receive emergency services, which is for emergencies only. Then I'm looking at what
but how much is an ambulance ride for emergency services? But you're looking at bare minimum $500 plus emergency room. What, $2,500? Plus if you need IV, plus if you need surgery. Those are all emergencies, and they're still fucking expensive.
And here we is, and he retired military. Said he agreed with Trevor. Then you got Deborah Luna says migrant workers have came and worked here for years on work visas. What's changed?
And here's the thing: I don't disagree with immigration, right? We have needs. If you come in the right way via work visas, so you're not living here full time, you plan on going home, or if you plan on immigrating and you're just working on the work visa to work toward your immigration, you now have legal protections such as a minimum fucking wage. You are now getting paid for the work you're doing. Instead of getting paid by the field, you get paid by the hour. Instead of getting paid $1.25 per bushel, you're getting paid at very least state minimum wage, which is higher than the federal minimum wage in all 50 states across the country. Arizona by itself, I believe, is like $11 minimum wage. Right? Can you imagine 110-degree weather, picking tomatoes all fucking day, and you're getting paid $3 something or $1.50 something, or you're not even getting that per hour, you're getting paid a couple bucks per bushel of fucking tomatoes? Does that sound right to anyone? There used to be a word for this. Immigration is a good thing. It brings in more people. It brings in beautiful new ideas. It brings in a workforce, and it helps build a fucking culture, a country, and an economy. But it does have to be structured.
I mean, but who do you really blame for that, though? Is that not the corporations, the billionaires? See, we don't seem like
No, I look at the corporations, the billionaires. I look at the farmers because, hey, I mean, granted, the looking the other way is there, right? Hey, if I can get away with paying fucking $50 for a new Z Fold versus the 1,000 and change it's worth, obviously I'm going to take that, whether it's moral or not, whether it's ethical or not. You're running a fucking business. Well, let's not muddle things up here, right?
But that's the thing. Who do you like?
There's a lot of blame, but at the same time, the government does have to start saying, no, you can't do this. We recently saw Hyundai with the South Korean workers, I believe, in the Carolinas. 500 immigrants arrested, and the company fucking fined. And the country shamed. And the country had to take their people back, no questions. But the company was fined. You also have to start going after immigration enforcement officials. Make sure you're doing your goddamn job. This ain't just wear a pretty suit and get paid. You got to do some fucking work. You also have to put pressure on your elected officials. Instead of trying to find ways around X, Y, or Z, oh, this isn't wrong, this isn't illegal, they're just here for a new life. Okay, how about we give them some legal protections? The only way to give them legal protections is to document them, since you want to say undocumented instead of illegal. How about we make sure they're here legally so they get protections? hey, how about the government gets its cut because it loves to tax everything? I'm pretty sure breathing and thinking are going to be next on the tax list. How about we make sure that you're taxing everyone then? But the people that your new tax base is also getting what they need to survive.
But what I'm looking at though, because I was like I said, I was looking at what Mark Hutchison said. I'll put it up. He said, "You are falling for the oldest trick in the world. It's not the immigrants; it's the super wealthy. The wealthy and major corporations don't pay taxes anymore. The working class pays the taxes now. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
The
So when
wealthy
you
don't pay taxes. All right, let me go ahead and look up this tax chart. But off the top of my head, I can tell you Elon Musk, whether you like him or hate him, and whether it's just a fucking drop in the ocean or if it's, whatever, it's more in 2020 that he paid in taxes than this entire chat will their entire fucking lives combined. Now, do you think it should be more? That's debatable. But rich people do pay taxes. You only cap out at a certain point with charitable contributions. You still have to pay after that. Yeah, you get a tax deduction. Some of them make more than that tax deduction is worth, and they still pay billions.
Well, what they keep saying is because they keep getting tax breaks. Somehow they might be cutting. They feel like they're not paying their fair share. Cause you be hearing you hear that a lot of times. They saying they not paying their fair share. I'm just saying. But I'm looking at Miss Odie. Yeah, he got more money, so he would pay more money. I mean, like I say, until we can get. But this is where the disconnect is coming from. That's just like with government. The officials get they get top health insurance. Even when they retire, when they leave office, they still keep their insurance with them, but they want the rest of the people.
Yeah, go after politicians because fuck. All right,
but
take a 2-term senator. Number one, they get a pension for life that will never be interrupted by a shutdown. They get health care for life. They get basically every benefit I do as a veteran for life for only serving 12 years in a non-combative, very up-paid position. But let's go based on 2022 IRS tax data. The top 1% of earners with adjusted gross incomes over $663,164 a year paid 40.4% of all federal income taxes. Are you arguing that it should be 50 or 60%? Because then they're just going to fucking move. They can afford it.
Did you see this right here? Again, this from Mark Hutchison. Said again, Trevor, oldest trick in the world. Musk probably pays 1% of his income. He said, we pay 35%. You're
Musk
falling.
can also, all right. Musk paid, we'll just say 1 billion, 1% of whatever the fuck he's worth, right? If you decide to make it to where it's less profitable to live here for the people still paying 40%, then they're going to leave. Then the people underneath that top 1%, so now you're looking at your top 2%, have to make up the difference. Eventually, doing that, where these people leave, that tax burden comes to us. Take a look at Switzerland. They just recently, Switzerland or Sweden, one of the two S's in Europe that no one fucking cares about, right? They just tried raising taxes on their billionaires. There were 8 billionaires in that country. You know how many are there now? 1. Everyone else moved. And that tax burden went down a peg. And it keeps on going down. Every time you do that, it keeps on going down.
But see what it is, what the people saying, if you looking at. So basically, you got to keep giving them they cuts where they can keep making their money.
All right, Miss
and they're going to keep. And you see what Alan said, 35% plus property tax, vehicle tax.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Okay, and I'm looking at this right here with Lois
Tax
Fletcher.
payment 2021. Give me a fucking number. How much did he pay in 2021? We'll do it like that. $11 billion in 2021. That's the most recent data. Elon Musk himself personally paid $11 billion. The shooting. Why do you think I moved to Florida? I could have moved to any of the 50 states in the union. I moved to Florida because Florida has no state income tax. For me, no property tax. So does it make sense for me to move to California where I'm going to pay closer to like 40% property tax every year? Where my wife's income, still working from Michigan, is going to be taxed at whatever California's income tax rate is, which is higher than most other states in the union?
Okay, let me see what Mark said. There we go. There is great benefit to living in America that we take it for granted. Trevor, you're repeating the super wealthy argument. The country was better when the wealthy paid more taxes. But that's what I'm saying. That's what that's just what you really coming from. I mean, what you saying with the argument?
I'm still looking at 1% of people in the country are paying 40% of all income taxes.
And what is the rest paying?
The rest are paying the other 60%. But if you want to break that down into other brackets, sorry, give me a second.
So if the rest of the 85 is paying, let's just say the 85 is paying 50%. Let's say
bottom 50% of earners pay 3% of all federal income taxes. The bottom 50%. So take that 85 out of your head. Now we're looking at top 50% of earners pay 97% of taxes in this country.
And who is the 97% earners? What class is that?
No, top 50% of earners.
So who will be the top 50% earners?
People probably making, well, here, let me see. How much do top 50% earners in the United States? Instead of me taking a wild guess.
Let me look what Alan said, but that $11 billion is offset by donations, charity. The money is circled right back into their pockets. And I see they can't afford to pay it. That's why the middle class no longer exists.
So top 50% of earners in the U.S. have a median household income of $80,610 per year. These aren't people making $100,000. These are people making 80-something thousand.
And how many? You said 80, but then when you come into cities that's not even making 80, that number's dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see.
Most of Flint actually receives an income tax return because they automatically take it out. That's part of.
Okay, this is a good one for you, Trevor. It said, okay, comparatively, what percentage were the rich paying prior to 1980? That is the comparison. We had almost no debt prior to the 80s.
Percentage of income paid top 1% of earners in U.S. 1980. Yes. 1980s, top 1% of earners paid 19% of all income taxes. Versus the 40 today. Yes, Deborah. That's more than likely right. Because most of the nonprofits that receive money, like Flint's nonprofits or federal nonprofits, take a look at the Wounded Warrior Project, an actual fucking scam. Most of that goes toward payroll. AI is getting it wrong. Okay. Well, let me go into Economic Policy Institute. And let's go on through here. Now I have to read an entire article. Top 1%, the very tippy top, Those in the top 0.1% were clear winners in the long term 1979 to 2019. Okay, where's the fucking tax rate? All right, we're just going to hit Control F on this. Fuck you, page. You don't show tax rate.
You know what, Mark? I'm going to go back and look. I'm going to go back, Mark, and I'm going to go back and look at it and go back and see what they was paying. But I know they didn't figure it out. Like I said, when you looking at these corporations, to me, and it is the rich, like I'm talking about the super rich. You got these companies, these Fortune 500 companies. You would think they would pay more. They making more. But even they want to cut, you know what I'm saying? Then they get the right stuff off from taxes and stuff. It says that, let me see what it says. It says that in 2015, okay, $700 in federal income taxes. They know the system. Let me see what Carol Kincaid says. He says, so why is our infrastructure into the dumpster if so much is going on in from taxes? Seems not to be well distributed.
Well, my first thought when I was younger was foreign aid. That's not true. Though foreign aid does need to be cut in some areas, especially places where they walk up and down the streets and chant death to America. Hey, I'm not going to fucking pay people to fucking hate me, right? No, a lot of it just goes to graft, misspending, fraud. I mean, I've gone through this before.
Well, if you go through the budget, if you really go through our spending budget, man, a lot of money going to defense.
Federal.
When you look at it, a lot of it, they be wanting to say is health care, but you got to understand when let me get it right. When Bush Senior Junior, let me get this right. When he went over there and when he started that Middle East from 9/11.
Oh, yeah, military budget bumped up.
Yeah, but he basically but now they got to put it on the books. He basically gave them a blank check. He gave them a checkbook.
I got a story for you after I give this statistic because Deborah Luna asked, why is our infrastructure so fucked? The federal government loses between $233 billion and $521 billion annually as a result of fraud.
And what was the fraud a part of?
Like fucking lying about what the money's going to. Sometimes nonprofits, sometimes corporations, sometimes to projects that the government's supposed funding, but hey, never get done. Kind of like a recent internet project. And this is nothing new. This was published in 2022.
Hold on, let me think about something. Then when 9/11 happened, then the Pentagon lose like $1 trillion when Rumsfeld was running it. Then
the Pentagon has been unaccountable for $1 trillion for like the past 6 years. But so Rumsfeld's fuck up there, but we've always overlooked the Pentagon. Here, let me give you something fun while I was in Afghanistan. Do you know how we kept villages in check, to keep them from, say, harboring people trying to kill us or, letting their sons go? It wasn't through fear. They didn't fear us because, as I saw a beautiful quote in a movie, you come from a place where life looks more beautiful than death. Here it is the opposite. No one cared about dying there, right? Like, hey, I'm going to heaven. I'm going to paradise. We kept them in check with money. We would carry duffel bags full of cash to pay off people. I'm talking millions of dollars into these small, maybe 30-person villages so they could do improvement projects. Most of that just got funneled off into people's individual accounts. But, yeah, that's the U.S. military at work for you there. But coin operations, counterintelligence, or not intelligence, counterinsurgency.
But do you understand what people are saying though? But when they want to make the cuts, they always making it on the poor. If what you mean, you can just lose $1 trillion, like you just said. They've been doing that for 5 years. Mm-hmm. But it's like,
I've always said you can reduce the military budget if you just kept a closer eye on the fucking money.
No, but that's
what. And then you can adjust the rest of the budget. Hey, we saved $1 trillion here in the Defense Department. You could put that into other programs that are actually helping people, or you don't have to cut other programs that are actually helping people.
But what they do, they'd rather make the cuts there. And I'm looking at this right here. What Carol Kincaid said, it was millions or billions that got lost to rebuild black water projects. Mm-hmm. And then we're going with this one again. She came not building projects. Look at Mundy Township, $265 million to clear and buy property for a non-existent tenant. And that's the point that they're saying when
There's
like
that fraud that we were just talking about at
yeah,
between 233 and 521 billion.
But do you understand what
With
they
a
saying?
B.
But do you understand what they saying? But you got money for this, but you want to cut. First thing, we're gonna cut the Medicaid. I can hear all that, but if you can find waste in all these other places, but they're only finding waste where it seems like it's hurting the citizens. Is what I'm coming up with. They find ways to hurt the citizens. You can blow this money. And like I said, riding down Flint, I just had to take my daughter to the car this morning. That's where I was at when I called you. I was out there because I think her wheel bear hit a pothole. You know what I'm saying? This is some stuff right now out there. Wouldn't you think that they would want to fix the streets? You fix home, take care of home first. That's just like you.
That's what I've been saying for a while.
But this not taking care of home when you want to cut Medicaid or you doing all these other cuts, but you study sending money over to foreign wars. Come on. We've been over in the Middle East for what? Over 20 down there what? Like 20 something
1989.
Yeah, but in fact, but with this one, with Bush started,
it's been continuous. So Bush kicked off send a lot of people there, but we were sending billions over there to try to keep people fighting each other there so it wouldn't come here. We just did a more direct response after Bush.
And I'm looking at this with Book of Revelation. I put his up.
I lied. 1982 Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. We sent billions of dollars of 1980s money, so damn near trillions today.
And I'm looking at the Book of Revelation. Everyone turned against each other to keep working class divided and enslaved by ruling elites. Immigrants attacked each other for corporate political interest. Lapeer County used Mexican labor on farms. Let me go with let me see another one. What just came
Here's a fun one. How about we stop selling American farmland to outside countries? The biggest owner of American farmland in the country is Bill Gates. Okay, he's an American, fine. I don't like what he's doing. How about you do some fucking agriculture, Bill? The second biggest is China. Do you know what China's doing with American farmland? Not growing a lot of fucking crops, I tell you that. Well, not edible crops. They are doing a lot of marijuana in Oklahoma, which is actually illegal.
And you see, and this from Mark Hutchinson, in the 90s, we had balanced budgets. Guess how we did it? Clinton raised taxes on the wealthy, and the economy boomed because he did leave $1 trillion surplus to Bush got in there. And this is just one example. And let me get this shooting the shit to you. She said, Tulsa reported zero federal income tax on $2 billion of U.S. income in 2024. And Allen came in and said the wealthy pay Congress to make laws to justify their behaviors and actions. I gotta agree with that.
Yeah, I've been against corporate welfare for the longest while.
But
because here's something that really pissed me off, and it took Rand Paul to point it out to me. The housing crisis bubble, 2008. You remember when the housing market crashed because they're giving out bad loans? What did the government do?
Then they buy them up, take it over?
They didn't buy them up.
What did they do?
Straight up gave money to banks to keep them from going.
Oh, yeah. You mean when they built the banks out. Right. Do
you know why they did that? They took a select few banks and said, these banks are too big to fail. Do you know why they are too big to fail? Because they had been subsidized to grow at a pace that they could not keep up themselves. I'm not even shitting you. The government has helped these banks grow to a point where it is not sustainable.
Well, answer this question then. How did they who let the, because I'm looking at, is this what
Congress.
We're doing? He said the Chinese own a lot of marijuana grow farms in Oklahoma. How did that happen?
That's what I just said.
But Congress. How did that happen? Yeah, but see, that goes back to,
who's getting paid off? Who's sleeping with Chinese spies in California?
But this the point. I understand what Mark Hutchinson saying. See how we sitting down here, we the poor. We sitting down here arguing about how they gonna make cuts on us, but we not arguing up there who making cuts on them. Because you know what I'm saying? It's just being honest. I get what he's saying, but like how they're gonna take this and that, they'll take their company. So we still letting that same trick do that. They wouldn't want to be doing business in America. So really the rich.
the arguments I've been making thus far, okay, you don't have to raise taxes on the rich individuals. How about you just stop giving tax cuts and subsidies? In other words, straight free money to corporations. I haven't said a thing about Medicare except for illegal immigrants, right? I haven't said a thing about food stamps in the entire time that we've been, talking since new president took over at all. The only thing I'm saying is some states, through state programs using federal funding, give that to illegal immigrants. I am all for Americans, people, hell, even immigrated Americans, naturalized Americans who need help getting the help. And yes, there do need to be cuts up in Congress. And I'm talking not just financial cuts. I'm saying people need to cut some years off their lives and go to prison for selling out American interests, or selling out your interest, selling out my interest, selling out Chad's interest. There needs to be a harsh example set, like treason.
They're not going to do that.
No, they ain't, unless you make them. Well, no, they aren't, because
they not.
They're all fucking padded and rich and protected.
All you got to do is just go look what's happening in the Middle East right now.
Dude, all we have to do is go take a look at downtown Flint, and they're fucking protected. And that's just a city, a small city at that. Yeah. You think the federal government's not protected?
No, yeah, you do is go look. If you go look right now, when you saying, I think, what is Israel finna buy TikTok?
I think America's buying TikTok.
No, go back and look on who trying to buy it.
Well, let us.
Yeah, because they don't like. Because they don't like what's going on as far as the stuff they reporting was coming out of Israel and stuff. What's going on. I just was watching what you had, and I sent it to you. And he conservative. What's his name?
CNBC, a liberal source. Trump approves TikTok deal through executive order. Vance says business valued at $14 billion. Trump said on Thursday signed an executive order approving proposed deal that would keep TikTok alive in the U.S. Under the deal's terms, which China must still approve, a new joint venture company will overtake TikTok's U.S. business, while ByteDance holds less than 20% of the stock. It would be a U.S. funded and held company. But once again, why is our government buying a fucking company? That shouldn't be going on.
Who gonna be running it? Because I was watching when they were saying like who was really putting the money up. Because what they was getting mad. They don't like a lot of the stuff they was putting out there on Israel. What's been going on with the Palestinians and Israel. But I mean,
if that's the case, they'd be buying Facebook, Instagram, Twitch. They'd be buying YouTube.
I'm just telling you on this one. Okay, Concrete Jungle. Who is the Oracle? Because that's who, if I'm not mistaken, who was getting. I was watching it this morning. But I sent it to you.
Is it a media company?
Yeah, American investors with foreign. Why the word foreign money? Yeah, go pull up who Oracle is. I was watching
Oracle, a global technology company that provides cloud service and enterprise software, founded in 1977, is known for its flagship Oracle database, a powerful system for managing and storing data. All right, let's just put, where is Oracle based?
I can put it up. I'll send it to you. I might play it tonight because it was. I'll have it tomorrow for us for Thursday morning.
Nashville, Tennessee. After having relocated from Silicon Valley to Austin, it is now moving to Nashville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. I can't think of the guy's name. Yeah, I was just watching it this morning, the guy's name, but I'm just telling you what it was. You can go watch Jimmy Dore. They was talking about it. What is it called? Damn, is it Point? Was it Point Break? And they was, I can't think of my man's name who, but what it is, they was gonna run it because they just gave what's the lady name? Ari Weiss or something. I might be sending a young lady down. She just got, when it was the Washington Post, they gave $200 million for them to for her to start being the editor over there. They were saying they got to do, because they don't like what's coming out between, what's going on between the Palestinians and Israel, what they calling it. Israel don't want to say it's a genocide, and they send it. Then you see when they were just at the United Nations, they walked out on Benjamin Netanyahu. Barry Weiss, my bad. Right, Barry. She was on. What's my man name to be doing this podcast? Joe Rogan. She was on Joe Rogan, and like so they doing a lot of stuff because they want to tear down like all the information that's been coming out. Man, that's a big thing that's going on over there right now. They trying to do it, and I was watching some of the takes on the Prime Minister Israel Benjamin Netanyahu, and he said these the ways they're gonna have to fight the wars. You know what I'm saying? Because they losing a lot of their Christians in America, the white Christians. They really kind of falling out with Israel, how they was doing it from the Charlie Kirk. See, a lot of people, and I'm not trying to rehash nothing, but a lot of stuff was going on when you see how Tucker Carlson is talking, when you see how
Tucker Carlson is fucking Putin's hand puppet.
Yeah,
sorry,
but I mean like Candace, but it's a lot. Even Megyn Kelly, like I said, and Megyn Kelly.
Which one's Megyn Kelly?
She used to be on Fox News, and she was talking about how they told her she got to cut her ties from certain people. And so, the evangelical Christians.
Evangelicals.
Evangelical, man. They is going. I'm just saying, Megyn Kelly. Yeah,
but shit.
I'm not agreeing.
I'm sorry, it took me a minute to remember who was who.
Right.
And yes, Tucker Carlson
from Kentucky.
Bitch
I'm not saying they great people. I'm just saying with them, they've been kind of going away. You see a lot of the Republicans, not all, just a little few. Even what's her name? Majority. Damn, I'm about to say her name wrong.
Just Taylor say MTG.
Yeah, MTG. Her. She was even going against like a lot of the policies. And that's what, you know what I'm saying? So you seeing a lot of kickback coming on, and that's why they was trying to do this thing. They trying to do a campaign because they like, the evangelicals is kind of falling out with what Israel is doing right now. What's good? What it do from Kentucky in the building? I ain't forgot where you from.
I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you back. It's good to see our long lost family coming back. Also, Alan Lynch, yes, the same way that the U.S. made we made Al-Qaeda, not the Taliban, to fight the Russians. And then what do you know? We kind of reneged on a lot of our fucking promises after they kicked the Russians out. Like, hey, let's build some schools. Oh, wait, no, that money is far better spent bailing Ford out than keeping up with our commitments. What are they going to do? 12 years later, we found out, right?
Facts. That's why I'm looking at it. I'm saying what and this the point what Creepy saying legacy media is going away to make for digital media like A10 News Media Group. Independent is the media way. And that's what Megyn Kelly said. But see, a lot of people can't talk on these companies. I mean at like MSNBC and Fox now, because she said it felt a little different with her being independent, because she like, I can speak what I want to speak. See, when you're getting paid $10 million and you doing all this and that, there's only so much you can say. And that's why she like, and that's the point that I was bringing it up, because she said they get a script that they have to go by. You know what I'm saying? So they paying them. When you getting paid down there $20-30 million a year, you're going to go against the grain. And that's what she said. She be getting like a lot of pushback because she had Tucker Carlson on there. She had Candace Owens on there, and they speaking out against what's going on. Like I say, and these ain't nothing but straight up Republican, but they speak.
So I want to go back to Chirp for a second, right?
Go ahead.
Legacy media, you won't see people like you and I talking. People that are actually, I won't say stuck in our views, but willing to argue it, right? You see one Republican on a CNN panel.
Yeah.
And dude's whipped. You see one Democrat on a Fox panel. Dude's whipped. I'll concede this point. No. To straw man arguments. Whereas you're actually getting a real conversation here. I just wanted to bring that up. Because 90% of that is political-based propaganda. And like you just said, you're not going to tell someone no who's paying you millions upon millions of dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think that millions upon millions is coming from?
The rich.
The parties, indirectly, and those parties are getting their money from corporations.
Dude.
Like, I'm not a fan of corporations. I am a capitalist through and through, but I'm not a corporatist, right? I believe in fucking picking up your own small business and, you know, making enough for yourself to have a bit to pass on to your kids. I don't believe in Wells Fargo. I don't believe in Walmart. Walmart, right? Day in, day out, because all they do is they don't view people as people. They view people as sources of income or sources of labor. I don't like that. That's not humanities. You're not treating people like humans. You're treating them like a resource.
Okay, this one for you, Trevor, because that's the point I was trying to make. But Mark Hutchinson, you put it eloquently. He said, "Listen to what you just said, Trevor. Bail Ford out. The Fords have way more money than some countries. Died. The banks, etc., got bailed out of what was classic wealth transfer. Working people got screwed. That's the point I was going. That's what I was going to say. That's that corporate welfare. But when
I'm not arguing in favor of corporate welfare. No, I really wish people would get that through.
No,
like,
no.
No,
they just going back telling you what they're just pointing out what you're saying. He just having an opinion.
Okay.
And that's the point I was finna make. When you saying these corporations, look, who you remember? Are you familiar with George Soros? Am I saying his name right?
Soros.
Soros. Okay, I said it wrong. You know, he the one funded Black Lives Matter, right?
Black Lives Matter, and his funding is aside from the point, because I don't view that as a negative.
No. What I'm saying is,
but yeah, I do know he funded one.
Yeah, I'm saying, but these are individuals who have billions, millions. I'm saying on top of billions. That's what I'm saying. These people can go around start these because when you say who they getting their money from, these be individuals really. They come up under a corporation, but these are individuals. When you talk about them, the 1% that's really running things. Like if you just go here, let's just use Mott for an example. What the other game in town that Mott got so much money to keep this thing rolling?
Mott created its own fucking competition for fun, and you got the Mott Foundation and Mott something else, right? Like they're both Mott, they're both running the shit. It's just funny to think that you have two Motts from the same origin point in Flint doing shit.
No, but because you had the wife and you had the husband, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so they had the same interest.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying when you're looking at it, you get some like they call them philanthropists, man. You got people who will, but but I'm saying they up here. You know what I'm saying? They got the money that can come over here and fund something. Like I just give you an example, like with the NBA. Them are owners, man. Like, don't get me wrong, and some of them is more than one is in it, but these are billionaires, people who from these sports, you know what I'm saying, able to pay their people. It's a job, no different than going to General Motors. It's different pay scales because you generate more money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're looking at that, and then you see how they try to work them. You know what I'm saying? And I get what Cribby, she said, I hate the acquisition cancerous part of capitalism that treats human lives like a passive income project.
And that's basically, in my mind, I would replace capitalism there. Right? My dad owned a business. I grew up in that business. Merit Pest Control. Our people were our people. Our customers were people. They were family. To me, that's honest capitalism. Then you have corporatism, which is the ugly stepsister that no one wants to touch, but unfortunately weasels their way into everyone's fucking bed eventually. And that's what we're running into right now.
And this was crib.net. $9.99 reinventing.
Thanks for that super chat.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat. That's one. Reinventing Reality by Michael Parenti. If you want to see exactly how legacy media manufactures consent on behalf of the billionaires and corporations. That's the only point I was just saying. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have people. Just look at it right now. Do you see any of our media going to really put things out there? They can certain stuff they will kill.
They have killed people to keep some stories quiet. They have killed people to promote other stories or to make a story so another one disappears. Is this what we're doing? That's the word I'm trying to say, but I'm sleep deprived and words don't work.
Corporatism.
Yeah. Like, so once again, I fall onto the libertarian side of the scale. You know, you got four corners. Upper right is Republicans. Upper left is upper left is Democrats. Then you got your anarcho-communist, which honestly, I don't know how you can be an anarchist if you think everything needs to be controlled and regulated by some sort of government. And then you got my side, the anarcho-capitalist, where you can have a community, you can have trade and barter and money, but you're not building a massive ass corporation because you're always going to be in competition. There's going to be a certain limit to that you can grow before competition starts squeezing you back down, right? When you take down those barriers, which is what the antitrust bill was supposed to do in, I believe, is like the 1910s. But some companies get the pass. Tell me, what company out there rivals Alphabet, which is the owner of Google? Any of you open up your phone right now and do a search on the internet, it's going to Google. And Google is making fucking trillions off of selling our data. There is no adequate competition to Google, but they get the pass. They get the pass not just from the United States, but from the EU, from, well, not China. China's got their own thing, but say Japan, South Korea, any place with the internet connection tied into the rest of the fucking world, Google gets the pass to be the biggest and bestest, and they also get protections. Laws put into place that exclusively give them a pass. Oh, this is illegal unless your name is Google, unless your name is Alphabet, unless your name is YouTube. Oh, yeah, Maria. Immortal living cancer cells, as that fucking crackpot used to say. Alex Jones.
But that's what I'm saying. But these people are doing this stuff and ain't nothing happening to them. That's the point that I get. Why you seeing a lot of the stuff is going on. But how can you compete?
Bill Gates has been releasing fucking infested mosquitoes into the southern United States for the past 5 years.
But that's what I'm saying. Now, do you understand why people be so mad with government? And right, is this what we doing? Say Walmart has grocery monopoly in some states. Yes. But I mean, but see that's what I'll be looking at when they say we're a capitalistic country. We ain't because they be putting caps. You wouldn't have no salary cap. I'll just use it as the sports. How you gonna put a salary cap on what I can make? And you know what I'm saying? It's the game that they play.
Let me hit you with the inverse. We have minimum wage laws.
Diabolical.
That is basically blatantly telling companies, if you all agree to this, you can get any worker you want in this field, and you don't have to compete with each other for that worker. Yeah, that is basically saying this human being right here and their time and effort are only worth this much. I don't really like looking at Europe and comparing us to them, right? Like, because Europe has a couple thousand years of history where they got to build up wealth and an entire culture. We've only been around for 200 and change. But one country in Europe, once again, one of the Nordic states, go fucking figure, has zero fucking minimum wage. Do you know what the average wage of a McDonald's starting hire is? 22 USD. Why? Because McDonald's has to compete with other fast food restaurants in the area to bring in the labor that they need. Hey, I need people to flip these burgers. Oh, $14 ain't doing it. $16 ain't doing it. $18 are still going to fucking this Nordic Hut. Okay, how about 22? 22 is where they found right now, at least, that they can get enough labor in to flip the burgers for them. Whereas here in the U.S., you're getting minimum wage. But if you're a waiter, you're getting below minimum wage, and you're having to beg for tips. I don't like tipping culture. I don't like tipping laws. No, motherfucker, pay a person what they're worth.
But look at it this way, though, Trevor. Why not do a cost of living wage here? We're not going off of what they're doing. Maybe they can afford that over here. But how do you expect the cost of living going up? Like I say, $200, what you can do in groceries back in the day, compared to $200 now, you can't tell me what rent. If you can find rent for under $1,000 and you making 12 or 10 minimum wage,
if you do a cost of living wage, once again you're giving them a bare minimum, and they aren't competing again. Making these companies compete with their wages, they will eventually find a place where people won't work for them because they're not getting paid enough. Well, I'm going to go to your competitor and pick up extra 50 cents an hour.
No, but just check this out. You saying the minimum wage, but if you did a cost of living wage, what would be the cost of living wage right now? Would be Trevor?
It depends on state, depends on area and state.
Let's do Flint. Let's do Michigan. Yeah.
All right. So, cost of living points in Michigan. You are Flint, Michigan has a remarkably low cost of living, often cited as the most affordable city for home buyers in the United States, with an average rent of $776 a month and home prices well below the national average. So let's look actual dollar amount.
And is this what we doing? Said that's not true, Trevor. Feds set minimum wage. States can raise that.
Yes, the federal minimum wage is like $7 and change. States, I believe, Michigan right now is $14.
Yeah, and Maria said, what year was that? But the point I'm making, if you did by the cost of living,
that's in 2022.
Yeah. If you did cost of living wage, you're giving them a livable wage, man. Minimum wage should be at least $22 an hour. That's what minimum wage should be. If you did,
I'm going to go high end of this scale right now. High end of the numbers that they gave me for Flint. Give me a second. Divided by 12, and then divide that by 2 pay periods. You're looking at $2,075 a month. I'm sorry, $2,075 every 2 weeks for cost of living wage in Flint. Now, if we break that down by hour, we'll divide by 40 hours in a work week. That's 2 weeks. So by 80, you're looking at $25.93 an hour in Flint.
And that's what I was saying, Maria. The livable wage would be around $22 to $25 an hour. To try to afford a house here, man, you got people who trying to work 2 jobs. My cost of living raise was 51 cents. You see what I'm saying? But you raising the rent up. And then they use the county to set the housing thing here with that's what I'm saying, as far as the rent, the county. So when you getting people in government that's playing these games like this, how you cannot?
Let me ask you something.
Come on with it.
So, okay, Walmart can afford that. They're going to have to tighten their belt, but they still got the profits to manage that.
General Motors couldn't afford that. Taco Bell couldn't afford that.
Obviously, but stop 1 second.
Come on.
How about street side cuts or courtside cuts?
Shit, you know how much a haircut costs?
I know how much a haircut costs.
How much it costs?
My head, as simple as this shit is, $23. That's how much courtside cuts cost me in 2017.
My barber in 2025, $30. Line up, $15. I mean, not a lineup, a taper, $15.
Dude,
and it go by kids, and it go by the kids. Like adults, haircuts $30.
I mean, how about a bartender at Rube's? How many of these small businesses can actually afford to pay that $25? Now, if you were to say, if certain businesses, I'm all for saying, no, you don't get exclusions to laws, but we can put extra laws on certain things, okay? Like, okay, Walmart, you have to pay X amount. If you are X size company, you have to pay X amount. Okay? If you put exclusions to small companies, I'd be willing to entertain this. But $25.93 will kill small businesses.
You see this right here? This shooting the shit tea. My 7th ward, $25 for her son's lineup, and he has locks.
So there's a barbershop downstairs from you across the main entrance, and you turn right down the first hallway. That man has 2 employees. I don't think he can afford to pay his employees $25.93 an hour.
If you pulling the money in, you should, it should be that way. How much as we hate it, just like we telling you, everything that went up. Even when you go to these restaurants, stuff that went up. Hey, the cost of living ain't went down, it didn't went up. So how you not? See, look, Buddha Nick, 44 cut lineup. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Ain't nothing going down. We can't keep sitting like saying, okay, well, you know, Your rent gonna be $1,500, or say, and you know what I'm saying. Your rent $1,500. That
Like
might
I
be
just
for a
said,
one
if you give
bedroom.
an exclusion to small businesses, I'd entertain it. And by small businesses, I mean small businesses, or what City of Flint likes to call micro businesses. Okay. If you put the exclusion there, I would listen to it. But a lot of these mom and pop shops have got fucking tight margins as it is. We're talking fucking like maybe 6% profit margin. Actual mom and pop shops, not fucking Amazon boutique that plays itself off as a small business, whatever. Right? Like from some of the former storefronts downtown, they went out of business and they were following minimum wage laws.
Yeah, but I'm like, is this what we doing? Said livable wage would be different for each state. Like each state would be
Just
different.
like each state has its own minimum wage. Yeah. I mean, you're obviously going to have to account. I mean, just like the Army, my basic allowance of housing when I was in changed based on my duty station, based on the cost of living for the city outside the base. Yeah. You're right, though. I mean, the cost of living in Colorado Springs, Colorado is far more expensive than the cost of living in Flint. So I'm trying to get by on a national cost of living. You know, they're just going to choose the poorest area and say that's what everyone's got.
Yeah,
They're going to choose Skid Row.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but they will switch it around. I'm just saying, because you won't have more Skid Rows if they keep it up how they doing it.
And honestly, it should be based on area code, because letting Genesee County, going off the Genesee County fucking median wage or the Genesee County fucking cost of living when you live in Flint is kind of fuckered up. Grand Blanc, very nice place, very expensive. And they're trying to use that as, oh yeah, come to Flint, you can make this much. Look at our cost of living for the Genesee County. No, that's Grand Blanc, motherfucker. You're not making that much in Flint. Promise you.
Yeah, okay. Let me see what Mark said. The economy has been inflated because there's not enough money coming in. Inflation doesn't hurt the wealthy. Everybody else suffers. It's plain. Remember, in 1925, there was no middle class. So now here we are again. And it says history will repeat itself. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, until you can get people in, but we not gonna change, because this thing been rolling for over 200 years. They not finna change how they been rolling this thing over here. So
I hate to use myself as an example, but until people, I know you do this, right? But you don't look at a letter next to a fucking name to decide who to vote for. You look into the people you're about to vote for, right?
I did, but when I've been finding the people, they've been just bringing
every time you voted for someone they've lost. I get it.
Not every time. Biden won, Obama won.
I was talking about local.
Yeah, but you know, yeah.
You get what I'm saying, right? But you actually did the research. You were looking into, hey, what's this person's position? Hey, who are they connected with? Hey, who are they going to do fucking favors for? That's how you and I met. I had no one to do favors for. And I think it's pretty well proven by now. I would have fallen out with Judy, no fucking problem, if it would have benefited Flint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until you start finding people and voting, maybe across party lines, if you have to find someone that's actually willing to listen to you and vote for you. But you also have to trust that the system isn't rigged. And if Flint's any indication for the rest of the country, I don't trust that shit at all.
If they think this ain't rigged, they tripping. To be honest with you, if they think this ain't rigged, listen.
All right, I have to see something real quick, because everyone's laughing at Buddha. Oh, my tenant's going in your backyard. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, this thing. I'm looking at this little book of Revelation just put in. The DOJ just deleted a study from their website showing right-wingers commit more political violence than left-wingers after Trump is claiming the opposite since Charlie Kirk was shot and the shooter not caught. Wow. I mean,
shooter's caught.
Oh, yeah. The
shooter's caught. The shooter came from a conservative family but had a transgender boyfriend or girlfriend. Let me try to get pronouns right. I'm sorry, my boomer brain don't work with pronouns. I try.
Well.
I actually do try, right?
Well, I'm going to just say this. I think where Revelations, I don't want to speak for him, but I've been watching different I've been watching different shows. Everybody, and I'm not watching let me be honest with you. I'm not watching but I do watch the liberal shows. Yeah, no. The podcast. Everybody is not going with the theory that they put out. I'm just gonna say that. And this a lot of the supporters of Charlie Kirk are not going for what they saw because they've been showing other video footages. Like I say, it's all allegedly, but Marcus Fielder, good. Thanks for tapping in, good brother. I'm
You're
just
late.
saying. Yeah, I'm just telling you. From what I like, the different ones, it's more to it. That's all I can tell you. I'm
There's
not messing
always
with
more
it.
to it. Just like
Yeah,
the attempted assassination of Trump, not the one that tagged his ear, the one on his golf course. Dude, registered Republican, voted Trump in 2016. Also campaigned for Biden in 2020.
right.
The one that tagged his ear, registered Republican, donated to Harris.
I'm trying to.
There's a lot of shit to actually follow through on this. Like, just going off of someone's voter registration is Dane bread.
And Cribby, I'm not trying to. I'm with you. Said, brother, that shit is a psyop, and he was the sacrifice. I'm not laughing at the situation. It was a shot because he was about to blow the Epstein's files out. Dude, they really.
What did I tell you yesterday or day prior? Maybe it's day prior. I can't remember what day it is. The day Kirk died, Congress voted down releasing those files.
Yeah, you have
Congress did.
Both sides.
I mean, granted, there are people with R's and D's diddling little K's.
Both sides shot that down. I'm just telling you. But when you go back and look at that, I was like, damn, because I've been watching different ones. And like I say, these are support, but they the evangel Christians. That's why that thing that kind of, like I said, dude, I've been watching all the different places. Even they talking about Grand Blanc. But they damn near, Grand Blanc. They was talking, but they never once said nothing about saying this about the churches in Flint. I was on a different podcast claiming like, hold on, Flint was up on the, we had 2 Flint churches. We had the People's Church pastor get threatened. I'm on Tim Black. I'm on Tariq Nasheed. I'm on Jimmy Dore. When they talk, these people do numbers. Mm-hmm. I'm watching everybody talking about it. But when they talking about that, you know what they targeting it back to where it's coming from? Utah. That was a Mormon church, right?
I thought you were pointing at me for a second, like, whoa,
no, not you. You remember the incident that happened out there? And now I'm going to say with the alleged shooter that they got. Let me see this. Maria Carter with the Super Dollar 20 chat. Super Dollar chat $20.
Super chat.
$20 said the world is a stage, can't believe your eyes anymore. No, that's what I'm telling you. When you go look at these, and thank you, Cud. When you go look at this stuff, man, and I've been going back looking at all of them, the Christian right, they are mad right now. But they and that's and if you go back and look at it, they having a lot of problems with what was going on, especially since the tragedy that happened to Charlie Kirk. They are kind of mad about that war and stuff. So you got that Christian right. They kind of mad right now on what's going on. And it seems like, and they trying to, that's what I'm just saying. When you go watch that, you go, I'm going to send some of these different clips to you. Them people, you can go pull it up yourself if you want to go check. Them people is, they point what happened to Grand Blanc to what happened down there with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, we also saw some shit in chat last night as well, which I want to circle back around to that in a second, but dude was a meth head. He had a meth head Mormon girlfriend, and her family got her out of that lifestyle, and then he just hated Mormons, is what some people were also saying. Like, there's a lot of fucking shit out there. The thing is, until we find it, a letter, a manifesto, I hate saying manifesto, a letter, or a voice recording, or a post, or, if, unfortunately, well, no. Fortunately, the dude is dead. Unfortunately, he died before he could tell us what his motivation was. Everyone's going to come up with a fucking story.
I was
That's
watching
just
it.
wild to me.
Yeah, I was looking at it, but I'm like, damn, they ain't talked about the St. Mark's getting burnt up, Pastor Matthew getting threatened at the People's Church. And I'm like, y'all not understanding.
Oh, sake.
Y'all ain't thinking about that's going on. I was like I said, when you go pull up, when you go see it, that what happened to Charlie Kirk, I think this is finna turn in the way they doing it, because a lot of people is mad on that side saying how they trying to take the president, how they trying to take what he did, like they was talking about free speech, but y'all censoring people. They saying Charlie Kirk was for free speech. How y'all censoring them? Y'all want to censor the people now.
All right, so what was it last week? No, 2 weeks ago, Charlie Kirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
This week and next week,
Mm-hmm.
Another conservative voice, Stephen Crowder, is going to college campuses with his Change His Mind campaign.
Dude.
Keep an eye on him and see if he gets dropped.
Did you already see you had some people who trying to follow up under him set up there and been going to these black campuses? They got their asses ran off. Yeah, but I'm just saying, you got some people that's following up under Charlie Kirk. They've been going to these black campuses. To me, I call them agitators, because why you got to go to the HBCUs and you want to, come with that rhetoric, and you already see it's tense. Why come to theirs? Like, is you trying to get some stuff to start? That's what I don't like.
That one I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't talk with folks. But I do want to come back to some shit I saw in chat last night, real quick.
Yeah, because we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yeah, Hague, Seth, and Army. Now, I'm just going to go over a few of the things that I can actually speak to, right? Number one, I saw some people complaining about no more fat soldiers. If I have to worry about someone's tubby ass picking my ass up and getting me off the field when I'm bleeding out, get the fuck out of uniform. Laying hands on new privates. Yes, there's going to be some foul play there. There's going to be some excuses to lay hands on some. At the same time, if these kids are afraid of words and they're, not willing to fucking get with the program and get with discipline, how are they going to react when they're under fire? I had my drill sergeant lay hands on me. I can follow some fucking orders now because drill sergeant McEnroe fucking put me in my goddamn place. Right? And I didn't listen to him. There might have been a wall coming straight in my future. Male physical standards. Look, there are plenty of females out there that can keep up with male physical standards. There are plenty of them. I've worked with them. I've run with them. I've rucked with them. Same weight as me. So like trying to put two different standards there for combat arms. If I have to worry about noodle arms not putting in full effort, how am I going to trust that you can carry your weight? How am I going to trust that you can carry my weight if something happens to me? Right? Or if you fall out and we are miles away from a base, we have no trucks. Now I either have to carry your dumbass or your weight. Like, these things should have never been changed. Open it up to females. I am fully happy serving with a woman that can kick some ass, right? And I wasn't the biggest guy back then. I wasn't super physically fit. I think my average was a 250 out of 300, barely passing. A lot of these women, hell, a lot of the women in our chat right here, right now, can fucking do the standards. Rules of engagement. Look, I lost a lot of friends to those fucking bullshit rules. You're not allowed to shoot back until you were toward the end of my tour, receiving accurate enemy fire. So someone can be shooting at you, but it's landing 10 yards away. That's not accurate. Someone can be shooting at you and it has to be impacting literally within inches of your body for you to shoot back. This is what they're doing. You can never replace boots on ground. They might be downsizing my 11 Bravos, my beautiful, beautiful infantrymen, but will never be replaced. Fighter pilots, on the other hand, can go fuck themselves.
You would just say that when we finna end it, just go take a shot at the fighter pilot.
Hey,
wow.
Except for fighter pilots, yes. stick controllers, in other words, 8 people that strap themselves into an A10, heroes, fucking angels. Don't retire the A10. Oh no, those were the ones I was personally arguing. Everything else I have to listen to, and I can get back to you on it. Some of it I know I'm not going to agree with, right? Those were the ones I was listening to in chat that Mickey and Wintus read off because, hey, Seth, fucking government. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm so fucking tired of politics. But it's what A10's built on. So I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about the topics presented to me, right? And my immediate reaction off the cuff. But my personal life right now, I'm tired of all the fighting. I'm tired of every time I flick to a YouTube channel, ABC, MSNBC, whatever the fuck. It's just people trying to get us to fight each other.
But we had to talk about the government shutdown because it shut down. And some people
it shuts down tonight at midnight.
Okay.
EST.
Okay,
it's still operating right now, as well as the U.S. government operates.
From Maria said, from vet to vet, we know this is a mess.
It's been a fucking mess, Maria. We know what's up. Like, look, too many hands changing the wheel, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But
for sure.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening to my TED Talk on fitness and rules of engagement. Mickey, you got your thing?
Yeah, I'm out.
Wait, we have council tonight, correct?
No council.
Okay.
So next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. So what the fuck happened Monday?
Remember, they did a special council before they did everything. It's not the first week; it's every other week of the month. So it's next Wednesday because Tanya.
They're playing a shell game with me. Got it.
Because Tanya came in and explained it to us. I thought it was today, but I'll be seeing y'all at 6 o'clock tonight. I'll be on time for sure.
With who?
Winter's coming, but she got some tea though. She got some tea that's gonna shock the city tonight.
Right, let's get it.
I'm talking about Trevor. I couldn't say it. That's why I'm glad we didn't speak on nothing. She finna shock the city tonight when she listen, and she held it back for tonight. So I mean,
ask her to slowly tase everyone with that shock. We don't need mass shock real quick,
dude. They finna be listen. It's finna, as they say, the shit finna hit the fan. I see y'all at 6 o'clock because the shit is literally gonna hit the fan.
Tune in. You don't want to miss it.
For sure. See y'all at 6, family. We out.
Later.